And I'll eventually take my shirt off. We're going to start seated today and then spend that little bit of a little bit longer at the end of class lying down. So last week we started lying down, but we'll transition to that lying down position now, hopefully with about at least 25 minutes to go. So we could take maybe a slightly longer yoga nidra. So let's just close down our eyes, find a comfortable seated position, however that looks for you. And it doesn't have to be crossed legs. It can be any, you can have legs out in front, you could have legs out to the side, you could be sitting on your shins. But wherever you land, just allow a little bit of movement so you kind of settle in. We want our sit bones or the shins like pressing firmly into the mat, and we want to find just a sense of balance here. And sometimes it's nice just to gently move and perhaps sway a little from side to side as we settle into stillness, so we can begin our practice in that awareness of being still and starting to just let go of not only our day. It's Friday evening, we can start to let go of the whole week. And equally, we've got the weekend ahead of us, but let's not go there right now. Let's just leave whatever's on the other side of our practice on the other side of the practice and bring our awareness into the four corners of the mat that we are on. Start to just soften through your shoulders a little here. Maybe allow a little bit of movement through the head and neck. And when you find a place of stillness, when you feel like you've arrived on your mat, start to just notice how you're breathing on this Friday evening. Just a nice natural breath in and out through the nose to begin with. Add that little bit of direction to the flow of breath. So you're just drawing it down into the torso and then feeling that expansion from that point. So we want to feel this breath expand, not just the front of the body, but the back and the sides. Perhaps just a slight rise through the collarbones, maybe the shoulders. And start to really invite that softness as you exhale. And then start to just soften your shoulders, relax the jaw. Feel a slight sense of heaviness through the body as you let go a little. You might feel the sit bones drop down a little more deeply, or maybe a little, if you're on your shins in hero's pose, a deeper connection to the mat. And then keep that inquiry through the physical body, that invitation of softness. Keep that going, and just as you're inviting softness to different areas of the body, allow a little check-in to see how the body from head to toe is feeling on this Friday night. You may have had a big week at work, or if you're still working from home and taking that transition, you might be starting to transition back to the physical workplace. So sometimes that can just cause little pockets of tension and tightness through the body that we may not be aware of until we are asked to check in. And it's just nice to do this, to see okay, there's a little niggle on this side. What's going on there? Is that the beginning of something, or is, just you can move around a little here. Or if you're feeling something on maybe the right side, is it on the left side as well, or is it only on one side of the body? And that can give you a little bit of an indication of what's going on as well. It might just, if it's on both sides, then generally I find if I've got, sore glutes and both of them are sore, then it's something that I know is going to go away. But if it's only one of them, I tend to think, there's a bit of an imbalance in the body that needs addressing. So often we overcompensate on one side from the other if we're feeling just that niggle or discomfort. And I'm saying that because that's what I'm feeling right now in one side of my body. So it means I wrap a little bit of awareness around my left hip flexor because the right one feels quite good. And so it just means if you've had anything arise here, and I like to call this a conversation that we get to have with the body. And the more we practice this, the more we get really good at listening to the whispers before the body needs to shout at us, which can happen if we don't listen. And trust me, I've spent a long time not listening because you just don't want to go there because that's inconvenience and all sorts of things. And so sometimes you wait for that body to be screaming at you, going, hey, 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 and it takes you out, and it takes you out in a way that means you're off your mat for weeks, maybe, not instead of, a couple of days or a week, you might be off for weeks or months. So it's really good to tune in and connect to the physical body as often as you can. It doesn't take long, just a few minutes in your day to scan and check and see what's happening. The more you do it, as with when we practice yoga, practice makes progress. So the more we practice, the more we progress and build it into a fine art where we can feel the soft stirrings of a whisper and go, right, this is happening, I'm going to address it right now. So we don't just practice yoga on the mat, we can practice yoga in our everyday life. In the car we can breathe, we can practice our breathing. In the car we can take a body scan. On the train on the way to work is your time to sit maybe and scan through the body. Many, many options. So just know if there is something going on, nothing we do is compulsory. If you need to sit back in your child's pose for a little bit tonight, then please do that and just regroup, take some breaths and join back in as you feel ready. Let's come back to our breath now, and before we start to move around the mat, with eyes closed down, let's deepen and slow the breath down. We want to take that breath all the way down to the belly if we can, and expand from the belly through the middle all the way to the top on the inhale, and empty from the top through the middle and lastly the belly on the exhale. So with eyes closed down, as you draw your next inhalation, follow the breath through the nostrils, down the back of the throat. Let it travel through the lungs and land as close as it can to the belly, expanding front, back and sides. And then letting that breath continue to rise all the way up into your chest. And at the peak of the inhale, the collarbones lift a little, yet the ribcage expands to the edges of your skin. And then slowly on the exhale, breath leaves the top of the lungs, the bottom of the lungs, the diaphragm muscle shifts up, and as that breath leaves the belly, we feel the navel softly drawing in towards the spine. So this is our deep belly breath, yogic breath. In the course that I started on Tuesday, we learnt this as a 3-part breath, and we learnt it in actually 3 parts, which is not how I was taught it when I did my first teacher training. So it's interesting how things are taught a little differently. We spend a lot of time just breathing into the belly, and then we spend a lot of time just breathing into the rib cage, expanding there, and then we spend a lot of time just breathing into the upper chest before we put the 3 together. And we were all lying down, so it's an interesting for me to see the different ways yoga can be taught and different ways it can be presented, even as a teacher. So take one more of those deep belly breaths or yogic breaths where we've already put the 3 parts together. And then as you take your next inhalation, peel the eyes open, bring the hands to meet in prayer towards the ceiling, and exhale, bring the hands towards the heart space. Keep the hands in prayer. Inhale, send them towards the ceiling. And exhale, let's find cactus arm. And then inhale, let your fingers touch here, and exhale, let that right hand come down, left arm reaches for the right. And can we come back through T arms with the breath in, and on the breath out, over to the left. And let's go again. Inhale and exhale. Hold now on this right side. Soften the shoulder down away from the ear, and even bend a little more deeply through the elbow. Feel that lovely stretch down the left side of the body. And then let's use the breath here, a little press away from the floor on the inhale, creating space. And then can you go a little deeper on the exhale? Can you drop a little more through that elbow? Reach a little further through the fingers. And again, inhale, lift, exhale to reach. So one more breath. Inhale, pressing the floor away. On the exhale this time, I want you to turn and look over that right knee. Bring the left hand to the floor and just draw your hands in so they're approximately shoulder width. And take a breath in, lift your chest here, and then slowly draw the chest down over that front thigh as you exhale. And do that again, a little press away, a little lift of the chest on the inhale. We go that little bit deeper on the exhale. One more breath. Now hold here and just let your left hand walk or slide or crawl a little further out. And then see if you can with the breath just edge it a little bit more, a little bit more. Press the palm of the hand and the fingers firmly into the floor. And then lift onto the pads of your fingers. Energetically feel like you're drawing that hand back towards you. We're looking for a nice deep stretch, starting to enter the left side of the rib cage. And then slowly with your next inhalation, slide the left hand back. Take the elbow up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, find that crescent shape once again. Can we inhale, bring the hands to meet in prayer, and exhale, guide the hands to the heart. Inhale, send the hands towards the ceiling. As you exhale, come all the way through cactus arms, bringing the hands to interlace behind you. Let's draw the hands towards the floor, a little lift up and away from the buttocks as you inhale. Feel the shoulders roll back, broaden the collarbones, maybe send that gaze towards the ceiling with the breath in. And then as you breathe out, bring the hands back to the heart. Let's inhale, send the hands back towards the ceiling. Exhale, find your cactus arms. We're going to take a twist to the left here. So inhale, let your fingers touch. And on the exhale, right hand finds the left thigh or knee, left hand comes behind. Lift and lengthen with your breath in. On that breath out, shoulder, rib cage, chest. Lastly, your head and neck turns to the back of the room. So each breath in is that lift and lengthen. Each breath out, we soften into the twist, letting the torso lead the way. So use your next inhale now. Guide the head and neck back to center and lift the arms towards the ceiling to meet in prayer. Exhale, hands to the heart. Keep the hands in prayer. Inhale, lift them back towards the ceiling. Exhale, find those cactus arms. And then inhale, just let your fingers touch here. And on the exhale, the left hand comes down, right arm reaches for the left. And we'll inhale, come back through our T arms. And exhale over to the right. And come back and land on the left side. Inhale through T arms. Exhale to the left, holding here. letting that shoulder drop down away from the ear and softening through that elbow. And just allowing a little bit of movement with the breath. Inhale, press the floor away, and exhale. Reach and soften. If that shoulders come back up around the ear, drop it back down, soften through the elbow. And again, inhale to press the floor away. Exhale to reach. One more breath. Inhale. Now on the exhale this time, we'll turn and look over that left knee. Bring the hands into about shoulder width. Take a breath in to lift the chest and slowly lower the chest down over that front thigh as you exhale. And let's go again. Inhale, lift. Exhale and fold. One more breath. So holding here and just letting that right hand walk a little further out. Feel that stretch start to come into the right side of the rib cage and through the back of that shoulder. Walking it out just as far as is comfortable. You want to try and keep the right glute or the right sit bone on the mat. And when you've gone as far as you can, lift the palm and press into the pads of the fingers. And then energetically feel like you're trying to draw that hand back towards you. Anchor that right glute or buttock into the mat and get that stretch a little bit deeper through the back of the shoulder. And then let the palm of the hand come back down, and as you take your next inhale, slide the hand back. Take the elbow up towards the ceiling. Exhale, we find that crescent shape one more time. And then inhale, bring the hands to meet in prayer. Exhale, guide the hands to the heart. Keep them in prayer. Inhale, send them towards the ceiling. Exhale, come through your cactus arms, bringing the hands all the way behind us. Interlace the fingers. Draw the hands towards the floor with that inhale. Lift up and away from the buttocks. Take some time here to roll the shoulders back to broaden through the collarbones. There might be a little crackling or popping in the shoulders. Perhaps send that gaze to the ceiling with an inhale. And then on the exhale, bring those hands back to the heart. Inhale, send the hands towards the ceiling. Exhale, find your cactus arms. We'll twist to the right this time. Inhale, fingers touch. And on the exhale, left hand finds the right knee or thigh. Right hand comes behind. Lift and lengthen with your breath in. And on the breath out, shoulder, rib cage, chest. Lastly, that head and neck turns to the wall behind. So keep lengthening, lifting through the crown of the head, lengthening through the spine on the inhale. And working a little deeper into the twist on the exhale. You can use your left hand as a little bit of leverage here, drawing the right shoulder back. So inhale now, guide your head and neck back to center, rest of the body can follow, and hands reach for that tall mountain, or not tall mountain pose, but towards the ceiling when not standing up. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Inhale, send the hands towards the ceiling. Now on the exhale, let's again bring the hands through cactus arms all the way behind us, interlace the fingers. Draw the hands towards the floor, lift up and away from the buttocks. Maybe send that gaze to the ceiling with an inhale. And then on the exhale, bring the hands back to the heart space. We're going to transition now to hands and knees. Any way you get there is fine. You could inhale, lift the arms, keep them shoulder width, and exhale, bring the hands out in front, shifting the weight forward. Uncrossing the legs if they were crossed, and finding your way to your tabletop. So knees are under hips, hands are under shoulders. And before we start, just take a little bit of what I call wag the tail. Just turn and look over your right shoulder, back through center and over the left shoulder, just to free up a little bit of movement through the hips. And then come back through center and let's come into some cat and cow. Inhale, let that belly drop, chest comes forward, either eye gaze forward or towards the ceiling. And exhale, round through your spine, chin to chest, navel to spine. Let's go again. Inhale. and exhale. And again. And exhale. So find a nice neutral spine. I'm going to turn front on here. Let's take our right leg out behind us as we take that next breath in. Take a little bit of time here to flex and point the foot. Just notice on the flex, we're getting that nice stretch down the back of the leg, and on the point, it's the front of the leg. So we're just getting a little bit of movement. You might circle the ankles a little here as well. And then just pause, and as you inhale, lift a little through the glute and tap that foot around to your left. And on the exhale, bring it all the way around to the right, but keep it hovered over the mat tonight. And then inhale, let it tap. Exhale, over to the right. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Hold here. Maybe another little rotation through the ankle. And then let the foot come down onto the floor and slide it out away from you. We're just looking for a nice stretch through the inner thigh. We'll walk our hands off to the right side, forearms and palms onto the floor. And just gently shift the weight forward and back and add the breath in. So coming forward as you inhale, weight into the forearms and hands. And as you exhale, imagine you're sending that left buttock towards the left corner of the mat. And then we can go again. Inhale to come forward. Exhale back. I wish you could smell this room. I'm diffusing peppermint oil. It smells so good. Inhale to come forward. Exhale back. So let's come forward with an inhale. Press the floor away and walk the hands back to the front of the mat. Now from here, let's walk them to the back of that knee and inhale, or towards the knee. Lift the hands, the fingers can touch, and exhale. The right hand can slide down. Left arm reaches for the right. Lift a little on your breath in. And can we go a little bit deeper into that side stretch on the left side with the breath out? One more time. Lifting on the inhale. Opening up a little more on the exhale. And then let's inhale. Let your fingers touch. On the exhale, left hand finds the left hip. Right hand then reaches towards the left. Now, you can, if you like, tuck the toes on the left foot. Take the left hand to the back of that heel and take a little opening up here. Option, just an option. Take a nice deep breath in. And then on the breath out, let's bring the right hand down and we can windmill the left hand as well. I'd like you just to take that right foot all the way around to the left. Let it tap. Once again, walk your hands off to the right. Come back down onto the forearms. And press the left heel, the right heel, sorry, towards the corner of the room that you're in. And press forward through the palms and the forearms. You should feel a nice stretch through the left glute. It's kind of like a little baby pigeon. Not quite there, but a little taste. One more breath. And then as you take your next inhalation, just press the floor away and walk the hands back to the front of the mat. Keep the right leg where it is, to the left. Take a breath in here. On the breath out, slowly turn, looking over your left shoulder. You want to feel a nice stretch around the top of the right hip and into that right glute. And feel as if you're drawing your left rib cage a little closer to the left hip. Let's bring that head back through center and take that right leg back behind us. Now we're going to bend the knee. Take a breath in, and on the breath out, draw the knee to chest, forehead to knee. Inhale, send the leg back, gaze forward, exhale and curl. One more time. Inhale. This time on the exhale, knee comes to chest, but we're going to step the foot between our hands at the front of the mat. And then inhale to lift the arms. Now as we exhale, let's bring the hands down to frame the front foot and just start to slide your hips back here. Nice and slow. Inhale, come forward, lift the arms. Nice low lunge here. Exhale, hands come down. Slide the hips back, feeling into that hamstring. One more time. Inhale, lift the arms. Nice low lunge. Exhale, hands come down. We slide the hips back. Hold here, but let your hands stay towards the front of the mat. Again, pressing into the pads of the fingers. Feeling like you're drawing your hands back towards you as well as that heel. But you've anchored the heel and the pads of the fingers so firmly into the mat. It's almost like you're gripping the mat. And as you're attempting to draw them back, you're able to activate a nice deep stretch through the shoulders, through the front of the chest, through the hamstring. And then let's start to just slowly shift the weight back into that right foot. Keep your left hand on the mat. Inhale, take the right arm up towards the ceiling. Now we're going to float here. So on the exhale, let that arm just kind of float underneath. And then let's inhale, take the arm up. Exhale, let it float. You can start to round a little through the spine here. One more time. Inhale. And on the exhale, press the floor away somewhat through the left hand. Last time, we'll hold now on this revolve. Inhale, take the right arm up, pressing firmly through the left palm. Maybe drawing that right shoulder back just a little more and drawing the right knee in towards the midline of the mat. Take a nice deep breath in. And then on the breath out, let's release the right hand. And we'll take that right leg back behind us. Bend the knee here. And then just allow 3 nice little circles of that knee out to the side. Making sure that glute is nice and happy. And then popping the knee down, little side to side movement through the hips. And then while we're here, let's inhale, take the right arm once again up towards the ceiling. And exhale, slide it underneath the left. So the right side of our face comes down onto the mat. Tonight, let's let the left hand crawl to the top of the mat and over to the right corner. So we're somewhat looking underneath that arm on the left side, but keep drawing that right shoulder back towards you. One more breath. And then let your left hand find its way back to underneath the chest. Inhale, press that floor away and slide the hands out to the front as you exhale. Take a breath in. And on the breath out, sink your chin and chest towards the floor into our poppy pose. So lift your chest a little as you inhale and lower on the exhale. One more time. And if you choose, if you like, you can lift onto the pads of the fingers once again. Feeling just a slightly different stretch through the front of the chest by taking that option. And then palms of the hands back onto the mat. As you inhale, press the floor away. Just use your exhale now to bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Take that little wag the dog, letting your head just turn and look over the right shoulder and then the left. Really bringing the rib cage nice and close to the hips. One more time. And then come back through center. And let's inhale, take that left leg out behind now. Just take a little bit of time to feel the difference of flexing and pointing that foot. On the flex, the back of the leg gets a little activation and stretch, and on the point, it's the front. Maybe holding in the flex position, you can just circle that ankle just a couple of times in each direction. And then inhale, gently lift through the glute and tap that foot around to the right. And then on the exhale, we bring it to the left, but let it hover over the mat. Let's go again. Inhale, tapping to the right. Exhale to the left. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Holding once again, little rotations. Letting the foot touch down and sliding that foot out just as far as is comfortable to activate that nice stretch through the inner thigh, the adductor muscle. And then let's walk our hands off to the left, onto the forearms, palms of the hands. Gently shifting the weight into the hands as we inhale. Drawing the right buttock towards the right corner of the mat on the exhale. And again, it's just a nice slow movement forward and back. But letting the breath work with us. One more. So using your next inhalation now, coming forward, exhale, maybe pressing the floor away, walking your hands back to the front of the mat first. And then back towards that knee. So we can inhale, let the fingers touch. And exhale, the left hand slides down to the left side of the knee, right arm reaches. Lift on the inhale. Can we soften and go a little deeper on the exhale? One more time. And then use the next inhale, let your fingers touch here. On the exhale, right hand can find the right hip. We can reach the left arm over. You can hold here, or maybe tuck the toes on the right foot. Take the right hand to the back of the heel and take a little opening through the chest. Take a breath in. On the breath out, let the left hand come down, and then we can windmill the right hand. And we're going to take this left leg all the way around to the right. And once again, walk our hands off to the left for that little baby pigeon onto the forearms and hands. Feel like you're pressing the heel of your left foot to the corner of the room that you're in and pressing forward through the hands and palms. Use your next inhale just to press the floor away, and on the exhale, walk your hands back to the front of the mat. So keeping that left leg where it is, take a breath in to gaze forward. And on the breath out, turn and slowly look over your right shoulder. So looking for a stretch through the top of the left hip and into the top of the glutes. And then let your head come back through center and that left leg as well. Let's bend the knee here. Inhale, and as you exhale, draw the knee to chest, forehead to knee. Inhale, send that leg back. Exhale and curl. One more time. Inhale. On the exhale this time, knee comes to chest, and we get to step that foot between our hands at the front of the mat. So let's inhale, lift the arms for our nice low lunge. And exhale, bring the hands down to frame the front foot and start to just Slide the hips back into that Ardha Hanuman. And go again. Inhale. Now we're in no hurry tonight. It's a nice slow flow. Exhale, the hands come down. Hips slide back, toes draw back towards the shin. One more time. Inhale to come forward. Lifting the arms. Exhale back. So sliding back and holding in this half split pose. Letting the hands walk that little further out if that's available. We're on the pads of the fingers. Toes of the left foot drawing back towards the shin. Feel as if you're drawing your hands and your heel back towards the back of the mat. So we keep that nice activation through the back of the shoulders, the sides of the rib cage just a little. And then let's send the weight back into that left foot. Keep the right hand on the mat. Inhale, take the left arm up towards the ceiling. On the exhale, let that arm just float under. Let's go again. Inhale. Now you might, this time on the exhale, just round a little through the spine. Press back just a little. Inhale. Come forward. Exhale. Little press away from the floor. Last one, and we'll hold. Let the arm linger just a little longer. Inhale into this nice through bold twist. Pressing through the right palm, drawing that left shoulder back just a little. Take a nice deep breath in. On the breath out, let's release the left hand and take that left leg now out behind us. Bend the knee, and we'll just take those 3 little releasing circles of that knee out to the side. We want to keep the glute nice and happy. Knee pops down, take that side to side, move through the hips. And then from that nice neutral spine, let's inhale, take the left arm up towards the ceiling. And on the exhale, slide that underneath the right. Left side of the face comes down onto the mat. We draw that shoulder back towards us. Right hand or fingers can crawl to the top of the mat and over to the left corner. So we open up a little through the right side of the chest, looking underneath that arm. One more breath. And then let's start to slide that hand back underneath the shoulder. Inhale to press the floor away. I'm just turning around a little here. On the exhale this time, bring your hands just a hand's length out in front and come forward as you inhale to find a nice low plank. Tuck toes and exhale back to that active child's pose. Let's go again. Inhale to come forward. Exhale back. One more time. Inhale to come forward. Now this time on the exhale, let's slowly lower all the way down onto the mat. Bring your hands out in front to find Sphinx arms onto our forearms and palms of our hands once again. I want you to lift your chest and lift your gaze as you inhale. Hold for a breath. So really feel like you're drawing your forearms or your elbows back towards your rib cage, pressing the pubic bone into the mat. Squeeze the glutes together here in this Sphinx. Take a deep breath in. Use the breath out to turn and look over your right shoulder. Come back through center with your inhale and turn and look over your left shoulder with your exhale. Let's go again. Inhale through center. Exhale over the right shoulder. Inhale through center. Exhale over the left. And coming back through center with an inhale. Lower the chest to the floor with that exhale. Bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. Tuck toes, lift through that nice low plank. And just come back to your tabletop here. Bring the hands back underneath your shoulders. We're going to inhale, take that right leg back out behind us. Bend the knee, and on the exhale, start to draw the knee in towards the chest and then shift forward, almost like you're coming into that low plank position. Let that right knee slide down behind the right wrist crease. And then start to slide your left leg back. We're just setting up for pigeon from a different way that we normally do. Untuck the toes on the left foot. Take a breath in, lift through the chest. And on the breath out, come back to your Sphinx arms. Forearms, hands on the mat. As you inhale, send the chest forward, send the gaze forward. Hold for a breath. Can you soften the shoulders a little bit away from the ears? And then take a nice deep breath in, and on the breath out, this time bring chin to chest, lift the navel to spine, pubic bone to the navel. Use your inhale to come back through your Sphinx pose. And exhale. Chin to chest, navel to spine. One more time. Inhale, gaze forward, chest forward. Exhale and curl. So we're just getting a little bit of openness through this right glute and hip. So one more breath, we come back through that Sphinx position. Now this time on the breath out, see if you can perhaps use that softness we've created through the right hip and glute to let your torso or your chest come a little closer to the mat. So you might set up for what I call a more sleepy version of your pigeon. Make any little adjustments that you need to. And you can make a pillow with your hands, one hand on top of the other, rest the forehead on the top hand. And just bring awareness to your right hip, the glute. Notice where the little niggles are, notice where the tightness is, where the tension is. And focus your breath to those areas. Just one at a time, with eyes closed down. As you inhale, imagine you're sending the breath to that particular little tight spot. And the idea here is to create space, to open it up. And then imagine on your exhale, that's exactly what you've done. And as you exhale, you're able to soften into that space. And maybe you drop a little closer to the mat. And then choose another little tight spot or area of tension or little niggle or a little burning area. You might have many, you might only have a couple. There might just be one big one that you need to work on with many breaths. Soften your belly, soften your shoulders, relax your jaw. And then when you're ready, slowly press the floor away with your next breath in and slide the hands back. We'll tuck the toes on that left foot. And all we want to really do is start to just send the weight back and draw the right knee back underneath our hips. So we're back in our tabletop here, knees under hips. Maybe we just take that little side to side move through the hips. And then let's once again, hands length out in front. Come forward, find that nice low plank as you inhale. Tuck toes and exhale back, find that active child's pose. We're going to go again. Inhale, nice low plank. Weight comes forward. Exhale back to that active child's pose. Come forward with the inhale and this time lower to the floor with that exhale. Hands out in front. Once again, find your Sphinx pose. Forearms, palms of the hands on the mat. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the gaze, but soften through the shoulders. pubic bone pressing into the mat. I want you to squeeze your glutes together and notice how that supports through your lower back. Take a deep breath in. This time on the breath out, let your chin come to chest, your navel to spine, your pubic bone to the navel. Do that again. Inhale and lift. Exhale to curl. One more time. Inhale and lift. Now on the exhale this time, lower your chest back to the floor. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders. Lift through your nice low plank here. And just find your way back to your tabletop. We're going to inhale now, take that left leg out behind, bend the knee. Now on the exhale, we draw the knee to chest, shift the weight forward, almost to a low plank kind of position. Left knee slides down behind the left wrist crease, and we draw or slide the right leg back. So we want the knee a little wider than the hip. Take a breath in, lift the chest. And on the breath out, just let yourself come back to Sphinx arms. Forearms, hands on the mat, soften the shoulders. Inhale, send the gaze forward. Again, we lift the chest and we drop shoulders down away from the ears. Feel somewhat like you're drawing your elbows back towards the back of the mat. And then let's inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, start to bring your chin to chest, your navel to spine, the pubic bone to the navel. Let's go again. Inhale, lift back through Sphinx pose, gazing forward, chest forward. Exhale and curl. One more time. Inhale, coming forward. Now on the exhale this time, let yourself perhaps drop a little closer to the mat. So doing that little flow, we're opening and creating space through this left hip, through the left glute. Now we get to enjoy that and really focus on any extra little tight spots, tense areas, little niggles through this left hip, and really focus the breath. Working to see if we can, with the inhale, open up and create space through those tense areas. And then as we exhale, working to invite softness into that space. So you'll find perhaps you get to drop that little bit closer to the mat. Maybe your chest is resting on your calf muscle, or maybe your belly's resting on your calf muscle or your thigh. You might feel it soften down a little more. Soften the shoulders, relax the jaw. And then slowly, with your next breath in, start to press the floor away, and we'll walk the hands back towards that shin, but just gently shift the weight into that left side and draw the right leg out in front. Now I just want you to take this left knee in towards the chest and cross the ankle over the, not the knee, above the knee, over the thigh. Bring the left hands behind and draw the right knee in, and then just adjust yourself into a different variation of pigeon here. So we're still working on the left side. You might slide your hips or your buttocks a little closer to the heel and maybe walk your hands a little closer to the butt, or glutes I should say. Probably not good to say butt. Knee out to the side, flex the left foot. Just feel that nice opening up a little through this left hip and this left glute. One more breath. And then start to walk your hands back and slide the buttock back. Might work as well. And just straighten that leg, and we'll hug that left knee in, extend it out in front, just do a little hip flexor, just slowly drop it down. And take your hands back behind and cross the right ankle now, just above that left knee. Left knee comes in, and we make those adjustments. Maybe you can stay right where you are, but we're looking for a stretch back into the right glute. So maybe you walk your buttock or your heel towards each other and then walk your hands in. Lift the shoulders, lift the chest, or draw the shoulders back and lift the chest. Flex the foot on that right side and just draw the right knee away from us. We're just looking for another way to stretch into the right hip and glute. One more breath. And then you can just start to walk your hands back and walk the hips back. Straighten the left leg and draw the right knee in towards the chest, and just extend it out and lower it down, and just give the legs a little bit of a shake. We're going to make our way down onto our back, so you might shuffle yourself forward a little here. Inhale to lift the arms, and as we exhale, slowly, slowly come down onto your mat. So we want the vertebra just to slowly touch down, and then draw one knee at a time in towards the chest, and just gently hug the knees. But take a little bit of time to just gently rock from side to side here. Maybe hands on the knees, and we just start to circle the knees to massage a little through the glutes and a little into the lower back. I want you to add the breath here. As you inhale, press the knees away, and as you exhale, draw the knees in towards the chest. And do that again. Inhale, pressing the knees away, exhale in. One more time in this direction, then we'll pause and change. So let's change the direction, but keep the breath matching the movement. Inhaling as you press the knees away nice and slow. You can make the circles as big or small as you feel. And concentrate a little more to the glutes if that's what you need, or a little more towards the lower back. Just feel into what you need. Let's pause now, gently hug the knees in. We're going to keep the right knee in and extend that left leg to the bottom of the mat. Just gently hugging that knee in first. And then let's just take that leg and straighten. So we're going to straighten the leg, bring the hands behind the thigh or the hands behind the calf. Now if you don't want to keep this left leg straight, you can by all means keep it bent. Just slightly different tonight with a straight leg, but it's totally up to you. So let's circle again through that ankle. Just a couple of times in one direction. Pause and change. And then take the opportunity to flex and point the foot again. Again, if your left leg doesn't feel good straight, just bend it. It's all good. Hold that foot in a flexed position. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, start to gently, gently guide that foot back behind you. Now we want to do this nice and slowly, nice and mindfully. Keep pausing, feeling into the hamstring. Notice where you're feeling the stretch. We want it to be in the middle of the muscle, not up towards where it meets the glutes. You can hold the top of your foot if that feels a little bit better for you. But we want to work with the breath to slowly ease the leg back. take one more breath. And then wherever you've landed with this leg, start to bend that leg and draw the right knee into the chest. Just draw it in. And then use an inhale to gently press the knee away and an exhale to draw the knee in. And do that again. A little press away on the inhale, gently drawing in on the exhale. One more time. Holding that knee in, but allowing now your left arm to come out to the side and just drawing that right knee to the side, right side of the body, and drawing it a little up towards your shoulder or underarm here. One more breath. Draw the right knee back in now, and I want you just to hug the right knee in and then draw the left foot in towards the buttock here, and let's cross that right ankle over the left knee and start to open up a little through that right glute. We're going to take our hands to the sides of the body, palms face the floor. And as you inhale, start to peel your back off the mat, lower back, middle back, upper back, towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, gently roll the back all the way onto the mat. And when you're fully landed, draw the left knee in, right hand threads through the legs, left hand to the outside. Either interlacing the fingers behind the thigh or below that knee. And just gently drawing the left knee in here. So hold. Option to lift head and shoulders off the floor here. Pressing right elbow firmly into the inside of that inner right thigh. Take a nice deep breath in. On the breath out, lower your head and shoulders fast. Let that left foot touch down, hands come to the sides of the body. And then inhale, peel the back off the mat, lifting lower, middle, upper back towards the ceiling. Exhale, start to slowly lower the back. When you're landed, draw the right knee back in, left knee back into the chest, right hand threads through the legs, flex both of the feet. Drawing the left knee in, maybe lifting head and shoulders off the floor. Take a nice deep breath in. On the breath out, lower the head and shoulders, lower the left foot, hands to the sides of the body. Let's take one more of these figure four bridges. Inhale. This time, can we hold for a breath up here? Press through the left glute, press through the sole of the left foot, lift a little through the hips. Take a nice deep breath in. And then slowly on the breath out, lower the back. Draw the left knee in towards the chest. Right hand threads through the legs, left hand to the outside. Flex both of the feet. Draw that left knee in. Now, as you inhale, gently press the left knee away. And on the exhale, draw the knee in. Can we get a little closer? Go a little deeper. One more. There's that option to lift your head and shoulders off the floor here, forehead towards the knee. Take a nice deep breath in. Lower to the floor with that breath out. Letting now the left foot touch down, arms out to make a T pattern. We can heel toward the left foot to the edge of the mat and let the legs as they are just gently fall to the right side of the room. So taking an opportunity to twist a little through the spine here. Let's slide the right foot off the left knee and bring the right foot to the outside of the mat, and inhale for the knees to come through center and exhale, let them gently fall to the left. And take the left heel or ankle on top of that right knee and maybe turning your head in the opposite direction. Slide that foot off the knee. Bring the knees through center. Let them gently fall to the right. Back through center to the left. Back through center and all the way into the chest. Just gently squeeze the knees in. We're going to keep the left knee in. Extend that right leg to the bottom of the mat. But always there's that option to keep that right leg bent. Totally up to you. When you're ready, start to straighten that left leg. Hands can come behind the thigh or the calf or to the ankle, and just rotate that ankle a couple of times in each direction. Pause to flex. Point the foot. And again. Hold that foot in a flexed position, and then just take some time to gently begin to draw this leg back behind you, working with the breath, using your inhale to create that space and your exhale to soften into the space we've created by just gently drawing that foot back towards us. One more breath. And wherever you've landed with that leg, bend the knee. Just gently hug the knee into the chest. And as you inhale, press the knee away. Just small little pulsations here for the hip flexor. Exhale, draw the knee in. Inhale, press it away. Exhale, draw the knee in. And then hold the knee in and just draw that leg to the outside of the body on the left side. Draw the knee up towards your shoulder or underarm. And then draw the knee back in towards the chest. Now we're going to slide the right heel in towards the right buttock, cross that ankle over the knee, and just gently press that left knee away with the left hand. Bring the hands to the sides of the body, and let's take that figure four bridge. Inhale, start to peel the chest, or back I should say, off the mat. Lifting nice and high. And then as you exhale, slowly lower the back. Upper, middle, lower. When it's fully landed, draw the knee in towards the chest. Left hand through the legs, right hand to the outside. And just gently draw that knee in, with an option to lift your head and shoulders off the floor, pressing left elbow into that inner left thigh inside. Take a nice deep breath in. On the breath out, lower your head and shoulders first. Then the right foot, hands back to the sides of the body. Inhale, peel the back off the mat, lifting hips and pelvis nice and high. Exhale, we slowly lower. Draw that right knee back into the chest, left hand threads through the legs, interlacing the fingers. Perhaps lifting your head and shoulders, drawing the knee and forehead towards each other. Take a nice deep breath in. Lower to the mat as you breathe out. Head and shoulders first. Right ankle second, hands to the sides of the body. Inhale, peel that back off the mat. Let's hold in this figure four bridge pose. Just pressing through the right sole of the foot, squeezing through that right glute, left knee out to the side. Take a deep breath in. And slowly lowering as we breathe out. Drawing that right knee in towards the chest, left hand through the legs, right hand to the outside. Now, let's just draw the right knee in. Use an inhale to gently press the knee away. Exhale, draw the knee in. One more time. And then taking that option, if you'd like to draw the forehead and knees towards each other. Take a nice deep breath in. Slowly lower head and and shoulders on the breath out. Lowering the right foot to the floor, arms out to make that T pattern. Heel toe the right foot to the edge of the mat. Let the knees gently drop to the left. Perhaps you turn your head to the right as well. Sliding that left foot off the right knee, taking it to the outside of the mat as well. Inhale, bring the knees through center. Exhale, let them fall to the right. Right heel or ankle sits on top of that left knee, and maybe your head is turned to the left as well. Slide that foot off the knee. Inhale the knees through center and exhale the knees to the left. Let's turn the head in the opposite direction here. Inhale through center. Exhale to the other side. One more time each side. Inhale through center. Exhale to the left. Head's turned to the right and knees back to the right. Head is turned to the left. Coming back through center. Hug the knees into the chest. Lift head and shoulders off the floor. Curl into that little seed pod, little cosmic egg. Take a nice deep breath in. And then on the breath out, lower the head and shoulders. Let the feet touch down below the buttocks, and then one foot at a time to the bottom of the mat. So this is where you can grab a jumper or blanket or socks or get yourself nice and warm before we settle into our final pose. So you might have got a little bit warmer as we were moving through our flow, and now we've cooled down as we're back on our back. So settle in for Shavasana as comfortable as you can be, as warm as you can be. You're at home, you can have a pillow under your head, you can have a pillow under the backs of your knees, socks, jumpers, blankets, whatever you need and whatever you have on hand, grab that. And then when you're ready, just sink down into the mat, close down your eyes, acknowledging that all of the work has now been done. There's nothing left to do. But be on your mat in this space, allowing this beautiful softness that we've created to be fully experienced, allowing your body to just sink down into the mat and noticing the sounds around you in the room, but seeing if you can draw your awareness as close to the sounds around your body as you can. So keep bringing awareness in, draw it in, draw it in, until you notice the gentle drawing in of the breath through your nostrils. And maybe you start to even hear a little bit of movement internally in your body. And then allow your awareness just to settle on the right side of your body. And you don't need to do anything, move anything. Just as I mentioned, each body part, I'm going to rotate through the right side of the body. Let your mind go there as well. So we start on the right side with your right hand thumb, noticing any sensations, any feelings at all around the right thumb. Index finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky, palm of the hand, back of the hand, the right wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, underarm, right side of the chest, waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, top of the foot, the right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and fifth toe. And now let your awareness just slowly flow over to the left side of the body. Starting with your left hand thumb, noticing any feelings, any sensations through the left thumb. Index finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky, palm of the hand, back of the hand, the left wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, underarm, left side of the chest, waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, ankle, top of the foot, the left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and the fifth toe. Allow now your awareness to flow to the back of the body, the soles of the feet, backs of the ankle, backs of the calves, backs of the knees, backs of the thigh, the right buttock, left buttock, right lower back, left lower back, right middle back, left middle back, right upper back, left upper back, back of the neck, back of the head. Over the crown of the head now, allow your awareness to flow to the front of the body, to the forehead, the right temple, left temple, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, right eye, left eye, bridge of the nose, tip of the nose, right nostril, left nostril, right cheek, left cheek, top lip, the bottom lip, space in between, chin, jaw, neck, right collarbone, left collarbone, right side of the chest, left side of the chest, your heart space, stomach, abdomen, hips, and pelvis. Take awareness to the right leg, left leg, right arm, left arm, torso, head, the whole body, the whole body, the whole body. And just allow yourself to be on your mat. Just now let yourself come back to your breath. We're going to count backwards from the number 17 in your own time, no hurry. So as you take your next inhalation, count 17. Exhale, 17. Inhale, 16. Exhale, 16. And continue on. If you lose your place, that's okay. No, you can always come back and start again at 17. And when you allow that breath to deepen even more, so you start to bring your awareness back to your space on the mat, your position in the room, letting that awareness begin then to slowly expand to the four corners of the mat that you are on, to the four corners of the space that you are in. Start to again feel, hear the sounds around you of the outside world. And then let the sound of the bells guide you back to your physical body once again on the mat inside this space. Inviting now some little flickers of movement and energy into your fingers and your toes, rotating through your wrists and your ankles. And slowly maybe letting your head gently move from side to side. You might extend your arms overhead, so fingers are reaching for the wall behind, yet toes to the wall in front, and just take a nice long stretch, a nice deep breath in, and allow your body to become as long as it possibly can. Nice and luxurious. Take some time to move around a little here, and when you feel ready, bend your knees and make your way over to your favorite side, where you can rest your head in your upper arm and your forearm with your eyes closed down, and take some time in this recovery position to just be with how you're feeling, receiving and bringing back all the lovely gifts and goodness that our slow, gentle yoga practice, all of the gifts that has brought to you this evening at the end of our week. Fully integrate them, maybe through the physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, energetic, whatever resonates with you here. We bring everything back so we leave nothing behind on our mat, and we unify once again so we can embody all of those beautiful gifts as we continue on with the rest of our evening. So as you feel ready, just start to make your way back up to a comfortable seated position. And keep the eyes closed down, just soften the shoulders here. Bring hands into prayer, Anjali Mudra. Thumbs just rest gently in on your sternum. Take a few breaths just to settle in. Notice how you're feeling at the end of your practice. Has anything changed from before you practice to this point? Do you feel different? Are you different? Does your body feel different? Your mind? And let your awareness just sink and drop into your heart space. Think about one thing in your week that you are grateful for in this very moment. First thing that pops into your head. Could be a person, a friend or family member. Could be a situation, a conversation, an experience. Could be anything at all. Could be chocolate, chocolate cake, chocolate fudge. I think I've got a bit of a chocolate fetish. Whatever it is, feel that sink into the space that you have expanded your heart space. Notice the feelings that that evokes. What emotions does that bring up for you? Joy, laughter, love. Maybe it's relief. Perhaps it's excitement, bliss, ecstasy, whatever it is, cultivate those emotions. When you're ready, just let them kind of flood throughout your body, all the way to the tips of your toes, to the top of your head. Feel that emotion just flowing through you. Allow it to flow through. Enjoy it. Know that you can take this with you for the rest of your day and share that with whoever is in your space for this evening and maybe even for the weekend. And know that that little practice is available to you at any time during your day. Just finding the first thing as you think about what am I grateful for right now, pop it in your heart and notice how that makes you feel. Thank you so much for joining me for our Friday night gentle slow flow. We're not compulsory, but if you'd like to join me, we could unmute, you could unmute yourselves and we could chant one Om and 3 Shantis all together to close our practice. So when you're ready, take a nice deep breath in. Take another inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you, everyone.